Oh, hey there everyone. I've got a question for you. What does an old retro gumball machine like this one right here and Star Wars have in common? Absolutely nothing. But I had an idea to take some old retro vintage Star Wars figures and incorporate them in this bad boy. So let's Star Warsify this thing. Luke just lost his head. Step one, let's take this thing apart. So I really didn't sketch out what I want to do here. I just sort of have a rough idea in my head. So I'm just going to take one step at a time, change one component at a time. I might go through some free STL files on the internet or some files from my laser cutter and just change up a few things here or there to just make it look like it definitely belongs in the Star Wars universe. Can you hear the cockatoos? I'm in Australia. They drive me absolutely up a wall. This gumball machine didn't come with the door, which I think having one on there just finishes it off and it looks really nice to have one on there. So I designed one, and if you're interested and you have a gumball machine that doesn't have a door, I'll leave the STL file link below. It can be scaled down too if you have a smaller gumball machine or a larger one, and just to make it fit on yours. I'm also thinking about putting a light in there, and then when you put the glass on top, you can display your action figures all the way around and see if the light shines through. Put the lid on top, a few antennas, give it a bit of a droid look, and I think it'll look pretty cool. So I would say probably the most important part of this project is to put this glass away. Because if it breaks, this project is over. Oh, stay. Future project. If you don't like and subscribe, it might not happen. So I think I'll start with the front panel, which is the coin mechanism. Mechanism? I can't even pronounce it. The coin slot thing with the turny thing. That's what it's called. That'll go straight in there, like that. My idea is to replace the whole panel with something else, maybe 3D printed or laser cutting or a bit of both. But I'll just let my brain juices do the work. See what we can do. Now, before I go too far, I just want to make sure this front panel fits okay and slides in the front of the gumball machine. So that's the idea I'm going with there, the little droid excess panel for the front of the gumball machine. I'm going to give it a really light sanding and go over it with a spray primer. Now I've just bought this spray putty and tried it on a test print, but it comes up really thick, not as thick as some. So I'm going to go with the plastic primer filler. I've used it before, I know it works really well. I'm going to do a few light coats at a time, just so it doesn't, build up on the little fine details and ruins my print. think I'm going to drill out these holes, put some lights in behind. Well, I think that looks pretty good. Now it's just time for paint. So before I go any further, I had an idea. I like to utilize the space in between the base of the legs and the top of the gumball machine. That's really not getting used for anything. So I thought I'd make a couple round shelves, put one in the middle, one below. I'll just have more room to display more Star Wars toys. I think it'll look cool too. That'll work. So to give this a real rustic Star Warsy type look, I'm going to do the paint chip technique. So I'll go over it with some silver, copper, top coat of green. Going to utilize the mask skull, and I got some homemade rust. And then we'll do a final paint wash over top. So I go over the paint chipping technique in great detail, featuring this Star Wars type desk lamp that I use in my workshop all the time. Absolutely love it. So I really recommend you watch that video. I'll link it below. And it goes through every step I took to get this sort of effect. Paint chipping technique, weathering, wash, the whole lot. Okay, 48 hours later and a new haircut. I've given the paint enough time to dry, so now it's time to wipe off the liquid mask and reveal a masterpiece. Or the disaster. We'll see how we go. So I put this clear satin Rust-Oleum clear on, and look what's happened. Oh my goodness. I think it looks kind of cool. It's reacted to the paint. Let's just hope it dries, and if it does, this might be a mistake that was worthwhile. We'll see. So I've given this another 24 hours to dry, and everything looks pretty good. Nothing's rubbing off at all, and I think the effect sort of suits what I'm doing here. I think what happened was I had water-based paint wash that I'd done over top of the enamel paints, and I did a heavy coat of enamel clear coat on top, and that's what made it all bubble up. I also think because the shells are made of wood, the paint wash I used sort of soaked into it, and I should have waited a lot longer for it to dry before I applied the acrylic top coat, because this effect didn't happen anywhere else on the metal. So yeah, just note to self for the future, but in this case, the effect has worked out for me. Now I need to work out how I'm going to light up this bad boy. So the Gumball machine comes with these inserts that goes inside, that one there and this one. But if I use it, it's really going to obstruct anything I want to do with lighting. So I'll take them out, and instead I'll laser custom Perspex sheeting that goes into here, and that way it gives me a lot more room to insert some lights inside. So we'll also cut a piece of Perspex tubing that'll go up through here, and I'll wrap some LED light strips around it, and that should be plenty bright, and the light will even shine through the front panel here. Sometimes you have to make a mess to make a creation, but it's worth it. Now let's take this bad boy upstairs to the Star Wars room and give my retro figures their new home. I forgot all about the couple of antennas I wanted to install on the lid, so let's do that first. So if you haven't guessed by now, one of my many hobbies is collecting vintage Star Wars toys. And I've got some exciting news because I'm actually going to the ICCC convention in Nashville. It's a convention for collectors, toy collectors, and I've been following this group for many years. And living here in Australia, I never really thought I'd have the time or the chance or the opportunity to be able to go to this convention. The planets aligned and I'm going. And again, I'm looking real forward to going to the ICC Con in Nashville. I'll be there on the 19th of June, which is coming up real soon. And I don't think there's anywhere else where you'll find a more wretched hive of collectors of variety. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. And thanks for watching.
Next!